Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What happens when one of China's biggest stars politely asks for a day off and ends up shaking the entire fashion industry? That's exactly what Wong Iba did. A simple leave request to Vogue became the most talked about message of the season, not because it was dramatic, but because it was real. While the red carpet glittered with sequins and flashbulbs, Iba's quiet message reminded everyone. Sometimes, power lies not in showing up, but in knowing when not to. It all began with something deceptively simple, a screenshot. On the evening of October 21st, Vogue China posted a Weibo message that would soon ripple far beyond the fashion world. Just received a leave request from Wang Yibo. At first glance, it looked like a light-hearted update, a friendly note between a magazine and a celebrity. Yet within hours, that single post transformed into a cultural phenomenon. Fans, journalists, and even ordinary workers found themselves laughing, discussing, and reflecting on what it meant for a top-tier star to request leave, as if he were an employee applying for a day off. The content of Wong Iba's message was nothing extravagant. Due to tight filming schedules, I am unable to attend the gala. I hereby request leave. Just 2 lines, brief, polite, and remarkably sincere. In a digital landscape oversaturated with curated perfection, this plain-spoken honesty felt refreshing. People saw in it a kind of quiet rebellion, the strength of someone grounded enough to prioritize his work over the spectacle of celebrity appearances. In a single gesture, Iba reminded everyone that professionalism and humility never go out of fashion. The humor that followed was affectionate rather than mocking. Comments poured in. Even top stars need to request leave like the rest of us. And he's the nation's most hardworking employee. But behind the laughter lay something deeper. This wasn't just amusement, it was recognition. The public saw in Wong Iba's modest message a mirror of their own lives. The shared fatigue of modern work culture. The universal desire to be respected for effort rather than exposure. He became, for a moment, less a distant idol and more an ordinary young man doing his job with quiet dignity. That is perhaps why this brief exchange resonated so powerfully. It reminded people that authenticity can still break through the noise, that humility can still shine brighter than glamour. While luxury brands chase the illusion of perfection, Wong Iba's simple leave request stood as a small yet profound act of truth. It was not merely a message to Vogue. It was a reminder to everyone watching that integrity, no matter how softly spoken, always finds its audience. The VOGUE Gala of 2025 was meant to be a radiant celebration, a night when the stars of Chinese cinema, fashion, and culture gathered under the same shimmering lights. Yet what unfolded instead was a storm, quiet at first, then impossible to ignore. The grand 20th anniversary of Vogue China should have been a symbol of continuity, elegance, and prestige. But as the cameras began to flash, what became most noticeable was not who attended, but who did not. One by one, the biggest names withdrew: Jialing, Li Xian, Shu Qi, Tan Jianxi, and Wang Iba. The empty red carpet became a statement in itself, an unspoken reflection of an industry undergoing a profound transformation. Netizens turned the situation into a kind of collective irony. There are more people taking leave than going to work. One comment read, and within minutes the phrase went viral. The laughter was playful, but it carried a sharper edge. Beneath the memes and jokes was a deeper question. Had the glitz and glamour of such galas begun to lose their meaning? For years, the red carpet represented success and aspiration. Yet now, it seemed to symbolize exhaustion. A ritual repeated until it lost its sincerity. For many, Wong Iba's polite absence was no longer just about scheduling conflicts. It became the emblem of a silent shift taking place within the entertainment world. In choosing work over spectacle, he inadvertently revealed what so many were thinking but few dared to express. That prestige means little without purpose, and attendance without authenticity is hollow. His absence became presence, a quiet statement that the industry could no longer ignore. Meanwhile, Vogue, once the definitive name in fashion authority, found itself at the center of ridicule. The gala's crisis of attendance became symbolic of something larger: the tension between legacy and relevance, between the traditions of luxury and the modern hunger for truth. What was supposed to celebrate fashion's power instead exposed its fragility. A single evening, meant to dazzle, ended up questioning the entire structure that created it. And in that storm of public opinion, one message rang clear: audiences today no longer admire perfection. They crave authenticity. The gala did not fail because the stars stayed home. It faltered because, somewhere along the way, its light stopped feeling real. In an era when fame often feels like a performance, Wong Iba's decision to step away from the spotlight spoke louder than any public appearance could. While the VOGUE gala unfolded beneath its glittering chandeliers, he was elsewhere, on a film set, quietly doing what he does best. It was not an act of rebellion, nor a calculated move for attention. It was simply the choice of a man who understands that real success lies in persistence, not presence. In that moment, he reminded both fans and fellow artists that integrity sometimes demands absence, that choosing work over spectacle is not a loss, but an affirmation of one's values. For an artist at the height of his career, declining a high-profile invitation from one of the world's most prestigious fashion brands could have been risky. Yet Wong Iba's calm professionalism turned that risk into a revelation. His choice reflected not defiance but discipline, the kind that builds enduring respect. The entertainment industry thrives on visibility, on faces appearing where the cameras are. But Wong Iba's quiet refusal became an act of balance in a world addicted to noise. He was telling a different story: that the true measure of dedication is not how often you appear, but how deeply you commit when no one is watching. To his fans, this moment was more than just a scheduling conflict. It was proof of character. It echoed his broader philosophy: the belief that one's craft, when taken seriously, must always come first. It also offered comfort to millions of working people who often feel trapped between expectation and duty. Watching him prioritize substance over show reminded them that boundaries are not signs of weakness but of wisdom. In choosing his path, Wong Iba unknowingly gave others permission to choose theirs. And so, the absence that might have been read as indifference became something beautiful, a statement of quiet strength. The industry often glorifies those who chase every opportunity, yet the ones who endure are those who know when to pause. By saying no to the red carpet, Wong Iba elevated what it means to be a modern artist. He turned a missed appearance into a powerful metaphor, that in a world obsessed with visibility, sometimes the boldest act is simply to stay true to oneself. As the storm grew, one question lingered: has Vogue, once the symbol of global sophistication, lost touch with the new generation? Director Liu Chang's face-saving campaign, asking absent stars to record leave videos, backfired spectacularly. What was meant to look sincere came off as staged and stiff, reminding audiences that authenticity can't be scripted. Meanwhile, Iba's short message, written without PR gloss, spread faster than any commercial ever could, because sincerity travels further than spotlight. Wong Iba's leave request became a cultural turning point. It revealed how audiences now crave reality, not ritual; authenticity, not appearances. His calm professionalism inspired younger artists and working adults alike, showing that saying no at the right moment is an act of strength, not weakness. Fashion changes every season, but character, that never goes out of style. So perhaps the story isn't about who skipped the VOGUE gala. It's about who stayed true to their purpose. Wang Yibo didn't just submit a leave request, he submitted a statement. A quiet one, written not in glamour, but in grace. Thank you for watching today's story. If you believe that authenticity deserves more spotlight than noise, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Nine Dragon channel. Every story we tell is a mirror to the world, and every click from you helps truth travel a little further. See you in the next episode. Stay inspired, stay kind, and stay real. Globe showing Europe, Africa sparkles.